When the day goes left instead of right, and the trail turns to slop, and the herd won't budge, we don't just grit our teeth, we grin. Because enjoying the task at hand is just as important as reflecting on a job well done, or a trail well ridden. The new Ranger full-size lineup is here, and is better equipped than ever before to tackle life with the land. Enjoy smooth, consistent shifting. Tackle anything the day throws your way with power and control. Pull through challenges with leverage and coverage, while getting in and out with ease. Look sharp even when the day gets ugly, and greet rugged terrain with snarl and bite. Welcome the ride, no matter the weather. Adapt to sweat-soaked tasks or twists in the trail with the capability over 1 million owners have come to love. So we don't shy away from the unexpected. We revel in it. After all, where's the fun in a perfectly laid plan? The new Ranger full-size lineup, delivering what matters, from task to trail to what's to come.
Hey guys, I'm Zach Johnson. I'm a 6th-generation family farmer from western Minnesota. Some of you might know me better online as the Millennial Farmer. We are here in Minnesota at Polaris's research and development facility. This is where all the magic happens for Polaris off-road. Around our farm, we are always looking for little ways to continuously improve, whether that's through efficiency or different ways of doing things. We're always trying to get better. So Polaris is constantly doing the same thing with their Ranger lineup. As a farmer and the guy who sits in the seat of a Ranger every day, I know how to use them and I know how handy they are around the farm, but I don't know all the technical aspects that really go into designing and engineering these things. So for that, we've got Chris here, who is actually from Polaris. Chris, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Zach, and hey, everybody out there. Thank you guys for joining us. My name's Chris Hendricks. I'm a product manager for Polaris in the utility division. We're really excited to tell you guys about the new improvements for 2025 in the full-size Ranger lineup that'll make them more capable, durable, and comfortable, helping you get a little more work done and have more fun in your Rangers.
So these models sitting right here behind us, are these the ones? Can we dive right into it and go take a look?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Awesome. Man, these things look awesome.
They sure do. So here they are, the new 2025 Ranger full-size lineup.
Where do you want to start with these things?
Well, Zach, everything that lasts starts with a strong foundation. So let's start with the workhorse in the Ranger lineup, the Ranger 1000.
Let's do it. Let's bring it up here. And that was a killer montage, but I want to get into the vehicle now. Tell me exactly what we're looking at here.
Yeah, Zach, so this is the new Ranger 1000 Premium. New for model year 25 is we are including a roof from the factory.
You know, I find that you gotta have a roof, especially around the farm. If you're out there on long days, you're working on a big project. I love having the roof really just to keep that sun from beating me up all day long. It helps keep the cab cleaner. I personally would not want a vehicle without a roof.
Next thing that's factory equipped for 2025 is this Polaris HD 4,500-pound winch. So this winch has a synthetic rope, it's got an auto-stop magnetic fair lead, a wireless remote, so you can use it whether you're inside the vehicle or outside of the vehicle. It's also fully submersible.
Just like the roof, I would not want a machine without a winch. I know we use these things all the time on the farm. They've gotten me out of more binds than I care to even admit, especially that submersible part.
Yeah, absolutely. Other thing that's really cool on the Ranger 1000 is these super bright LED headlights.
Well, there again, you can never have headlights that are too bright. When you're running stuff down a dark gravel road at night, maybe you're bringing somebody parts, you're bringing them tools, whatever it might be, there's no such thing as having headlights that are way too bright.
Also, not new for this year, but standard on the Ranger 1000 is class-leading towing and hauling. So this thing's got a 1,000-pound box as well as 2,500-pound towing capacity.
So more room, more weight back there means I can do more work with it. I can throw more parts in the back, more tools. I can have my kids pick up more rocks, whatever it is. The more work that can do, the better for me.
Yeah, absolutely. So how about you come around here and let's check out the stuff that's new inside the cab.
Is there something new about the nets here?
Yep, we redesigned the nets for 2025. Just try to make them simpler, easier to use.
Yeah, you can definitely notice that. There's a lot less to mess around with here.
Zach, as you're getting in the vehicle, the big news for 2025 is we've updated the transmission, updated the shifting experience. Makes it really smooth, really precise, so you can get between gears and know what gear you're in.
Yeah, you can really feel that just sitting here, how much smoother that really is. I'm glad you guys addressed that.
Yeah, it's awesome. We've also redesigned the electronic power steering for 2025, making it even easier to steer.
Yeah, you can really feel that. It's easy to steer even with just one finger.
That new steering, combined with the updated transmission and smooth and precise shifting, make for an overall really good driving experience in a 2025 full-size Ranger. So Zach, all these features that I've shown you in this Ranger 1000 also come standard on the next vehicle we're going to talk about, the XP 1000.
Let's do it. Let's take a look at it. First though, do we have a montage for that one?
Let's roll it.
Another great montage, man. I cannot get enough of those things, and they just keep making them better. Kind of like these Rangers here. So we've got the XP model in front of us now. Tell me what I'm looking at, because I feel like the front end is different.
You're exactly right. For 2025, we redesigned the front end of the XP 1000, not only to make it look tougher, but also to make it stronger with this new styling, as well as this beefed up bumper for 2025. So this bumper is modeled after what you've seen on the XD 1500, and it includes a lot of those same features that you're used to on a Ranger bumper. So it's got plow integration, it's got a spot that you can mount an upper front brush guard, some new spots that you can mount auxiliary lighting, and that winch integration.
Does that winch come factory installed?
You got it. Just like the Ranger 1000, the winch comes from the factory on the XP 1000, so does the roof.
So not only does the thing look tougher, like I noticed right away, but it actually is tougher. I know that those are not the only things with this, so what else do we have?
We also added these huge 29-inch tires to every XP 1000 model for 2025.
So with that, I imagine there's some more ground clearance here?
You know it. With these 29-inch tires, you get 14 inches of ground clearance on an XP 1000.
Wow, so more ground clearance to a guy like me means more obstacles that I can go over instead of having to go around.
Yes, sir. Speaking of carrying and hauling, this also has class-leading towing and hauling capacity with a 1,000-pound dump box as well as 2,500 pounds of towing capacity.
So more room, more weight, more towing back there just means more efficiency for me.
Exactly. Now, how about you come around here and we'll hop inside. So Zach, as you're getting in, you'll notice this has those same redesigned cabinets that are made to be really easy to use, easy to get in and out of. The Ranger XP 1000 also has the newly designed transmission that's really smooth and precise, so you know what gear you're in and it's really easy to get between gears. It also has that recalibrated power steering to make it really easy to maneuver this vehicle. There are some features though that you get with an XP 1000 that are even better. Namely, what you're sitting on here, the seats. We designed these seats to be really firm and supportive. We also design a bench so that we know you're getting in and out of the vehicle. We design it so you can slide across. And then their seat back, what your back is resting on, we add those bolsters in to really keep you locked in place as you're going over uneven terrain.
Yeah, well, you mentioned the uneven terrain. When you're going over that all day long and you're jumping in and out of this thing and whatever we're doing on the farm, I definitely don't want the seats being too soft because I want it easy to get in and out, and I really want to be able to hold myself in place here when I'm going over those bumps. So for me, the last thing that I want are seats that are going to be way too soft.
Exactly. We don't want to design this thing so it's as comfy as a couch. We want this thing to be firm, supportive, to keep you feeling comfortable for a whole day at work. The other thing you're going to get in an XP 1000 is even more horsepower with 82 horsepower and 3-mode throttle control. Now that's going to be just like you're used to in your XP 1000 that you've got on the farm, but new for 2025, we've recalibrated those modes so that work mode's going to be even smoother, performance mode's going to be even punchier. Work mode is designed to give you really good, smooth, low-speed drivability. So if you're backing up to a trailer, you need to get your hitch ball lined up just right. Pulling into the barn, you need to get right up against that wall so you can park your tractor behind it. Work mode's gonna give you that really smooth, precise control that you need.
Man, this thing sounds awesome. I really gotta get myself one. Do you happen to know a guy?
I sure do. It's the same guy that can hook you up with the next vehicle we're gonna look at, the ultimate in off-road climate control, the Ranger XP1000 North Star.
Let's roll the montage. One thing I love even more than a good montage are these North Star Rangers like we're looking at right here. So we've got the fully enclosed cab, we got the windows, the roof, everything you could need. Tell me a little bit more about what we're looking at here.
Sure, Zach. Well, first, let's look at the new updated crew roof design for 2025. So this year, we changed the direction of the shingling to go from forward to rear on the vehicle. We also updated the seam and added some more fasteners, so it's a little bit more robust and you get a better seal on these crew models. Now, don't forget, the other awesome thing about these Ranger North Star models is that these come from the factory with heat and air conditioning.
That's where it's at. So I didn't think originally when we started getting into these Rangers and working around the farm that we would ever really need an enclosed cab. But once you have it, you're not gonna wanna go back. So we're in western Minnesota. It gets brutally cold there in the wintertime. We've got snow to deal with, we've got the wind. When we are out working on days like that, you can roll up the windows, you can crank the heat, and you're as comfortable as you wanna be inside there. Same thing goes for summer. You know, July, August, we get that hot time frame in there where it feels like it's 100 degrees out, the humidity's high. In this thing, just close the windows, crank up the AC, and you're, again, as comfortable as you could wanna be.
So speaking of cranking it up, some of the other awesome news that we have for 2025 is new JBL audio in these North Star Ultimate models, powered by Ride Command. So you can get in this vehicle and you can listen to the radio and play your favorite tunes, or you can connect your phone to it.
So any North Star owner could sit in here all day long and listen to Off the Husk podcast, which is available wherever you get your podcasts.
Yep, and don't forget, Ride Command is good for a lot more than just listening to music or your favorite podcast. It also puts a lot of technology and information right at your fingertips. So there's some basic things like having a backup camera so you can see where you're going, as well as some exclusive features like plow mode, which will raise and lower your plow based on what gear position you're in. It also has some cool features that I really like our trail cam card viewer, where you can plug your card reader into the USB on this Ranger, and you can scroll through all your photos from your trail cameras. So right out in the woods, you can scroll through, you can see the pictures of the big bucks on your property. You can also delete the pictures of squirrels that you're not so interested in.
So on that note, this model also has the ability to be able to log into it using my cell phone and see where it's at, correct?
Yeah, if you add our Ride Command Plus system to this vehicle, you can also use an app on your phone or your computer to keep tabs on this vehicle and see where it's at and how it's doing.
Yeah, so that can come in handy if somebody else in the family or a friend decides to take it off hunting. I can just jump on my phone and I can see exactly what field they're out in. Lots of great stuff on here, but I gotta believe that's still not everything, correct?
No way. So this also has all those same improvements that we talked about on the Ranger 1000 and the XP1000.
Man, this North Star Edition, I gotta tell you, this is the machine right here that truly steals my heart. But this thing seems to me to have everything on it. I mean, where do you go from here? How do you make a machine like this even better?
The only thing you can really do with this North Star Ultimate model to make it even better is to add accessories so that you can customize it based on how you want it or the work that you're doing with this vehicle.
So I know exactly what you mean. We've had multiple models like this on the farm that we work with, and we've added a lot of accessories ourselves, like the upper bumpers, the flip down visors. We like the side mirrors a lot. We add the headache rack. We've even got shotgun holders that just slide on in and lock into the side of the box, so we've got somewhere to put the shotguns when we're headed out looking for the big bucks.
Yeah, and that's certainly not all. We've got the broadest portfolio of accessories in the industry, and we're constantly working on new things. So you mentioned that you like having the upper front brush guard. We've got a new one that we designed for this new bumper. We also just came out with some new trash can haulers because we know that a lot of our owners have really long driveways and it can be a pain to take your trash out. And if you guys stay tuned through the rest of this year, we're gonna keep launching new accessories like upgrades to this JBL audio system and some other electrical accessories.
Chris, it seems to me like 2025 really is all about making the experience better for the owners.
You nailed it, Zach. And these are really just the updates that are new for 2025. But our team has been working on making improvements to these vehicles for years. They're hyper-focused on making a higher quality experience, and that includes everything from beefing up components to making them tougher, sealing the cab even better, and working on the little things like BSRs.
BSRs, you're talking about big sexy Rangers?
Not big sexy Rangers. BSR is a technical term that our engineers use for buzzes, squeaks, and rattles. And that really just demonstrates the amount of attention that we pay to all those little things. Because we know that you guys, our customers, and you, Zach, spend all day in these machines, whether that be for work or for play. And we work diligently every day to make the experience as good as possible for you guys.
You know, I like the way I said it better, but if you engineers want to go with buzzes, squeaks, and rattles, that's fine, that's fine. But speaking of the continuous improvement, that really is something that we notice every time we step up a model and get something newer. We really do notice all the little refinements that you guys are putting into these machines. It seems like for 2025, you guys have absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Oh, thanks, Zach. Our team is hyper-focused on making your experience as riders as frictionless as possible, whether you're working or playing with these machines. Thank you, Zach, for joining us today, and thank you all for tuning in and seeing the updates for 2025. We've got a team of engineers standing by that are waiting for your comments and are gonna try to answer any questions that you guys have. Also, stay tuned because we're gonna launch a couple of episodes of Shop Talk with Pat McCardle. We're gonna really dive into the improvements on these 2025 Rangers.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. This has been a ton of fun here today learning more about the 25 lineup, so I appreciate that. And thank you to everybody out there tuning in. I appreciate it. Remember to keep it between the rows. Toodles.